Welcome to a demonstration of Teams Retention Service in Oracle's Content and Experience Cloud. The retention service is your agent on the inside for ensuring your CEC content is current and safe. You probably have internal policies on how long certain materials are kept and when and where they should be destroyed or archived. And now those policies can be brought to bear on your cloud content as well. Using systems like CEC that can adhere to these policies means better compliance, fewer legal risks, and ultimately cleaner, more relevant content for your users. Let's take a look, starting with architecture. Retention Service is a fully containerized application, which makes it platform and service agnostic, but the current optimized configuration is running on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. You can choose to run with the internal MySQL database or abstract to a more powerful and intelligent platform like Oracle's Autonomous Database Service. Retention Service containers are also intelligent enough to run in clustered configurations, making scaling to tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of operations a cinch. You can utilize the Oracle Kubernetes Engine, or OKE, to manage and oversee your node clusters with just a few clicks of the mouse. The service communicates through secure REST protocols and interacts with the target's REST API to action changes in the system when needed. Speaking of changes, let's take a look at configuring Retention Service. If you're familiar with records management, you'll immediately recognize that this isn't that. We've scaled back some of the more complex concepts of RM into something easily configured and easily used. Today we'll take just a quick dive into disposition templates and retention categories, but you can also configure additional CECS domains, customize the format of your email digests, and research logs of all the actions the service has taken. Now, a disposition template is the combination of a trigger, when the clock starts, a period, how long the clock runs for, and an action, what happens when the clock runs out. An example of this would be a disposition where we only want to keep content for 7 years. So we set the period length to 7, the duration to years, the action to delete, and the trigger to from last modified. This means every time the item is updated, the clock starts over. How about if we only want old revisions of the document cleaned out? Then we change the trigger to revision older than. You can also choose to start the clock the moment the folder or file is assigned to the category. Which actions are available to be configured depends on the platform you're connecting Retention Service to, and what can be done via the API. For Oracle CECS, we currently enable Notify, where the category owner will simply receive an email notifying them that the clock has run out, Trash, which moves the item to CECS's configurable trash can. From here, the item can be restored by an administrator or the original owner. Reserve sets a CECS reservation on the file, which prohibits changes to the item without first clearing the hold. Archive actions as sequestering of the item. It can either be moved or copied to a separate CECS account, taking it out of circulation but maintaining it for legal or other reasons. We have 3 templates currently configured. They're each set to a period of -1 days so that we can get them to action immediately for this demo. One performs an archive, one moves files to the trash, and one sets a CECS reservation. Retention categories are abstractions of the disposition templates for specific purposes. For example, both meeting minutes and corporate notes might have a policy of delete after 3 years. However, each category needs to be named appropriately and have different owners or contacts. Plus, if the policy for meeting minutes changes but corporate notes does not, we need to be able to change one without affecting the other. When we edit a category in Retention Service, you can configure this and more. For each category, you provide a name, a target, and owner information. Then you choose one or more disposition templates. It is possible to have multiple actions take effect as long as they make sense. Finally, you choose how often the owner receives digest emails about files added and removed from this category, and also how many notifications and when before impending actions. Once your retention managers have configured the categories, it's time to apply them. Let's switch to CECS. Here we are in Oracle's CECS, and we have 3 folders that represent different types of content that could require different rules for managing. Each folder has different sample content, so we can see the retention service taking action. Within CECS, you can apply retention service categories to folders or directly to files. To do this, you right-click on an object and select Assign Category, or you select an item and use the More menu to choose, again, Assign Category. Having selected a folder, I'm given the option to apply this category to folder folders or to folder files, and the descriptions below help explain the difference. For folder folders, you're applying the category to this folder, the content within it, all subfolders, and the content within them. Items added to this folder structure receive the same category automatically. Items removed from the structure are automatically unassigned from this category. For folder files, you're applying this to only the files at the top level of this folder once. It's like if you chose each file individually and applied the category in a batch. For this folder, Financial Results, we'll select Folder Folders and the Financial Results category. Once applied, you're given information on what's been assigned. For meeting minutes, we'll assign as folder files and choose the meeting minutes category. For project status, we'll click into the folder and apply the category directly to the file. Notice when you select a file and not a folder, you aren't offered the options for application. Ordinarily, the retention service runs its aggregation and action steps at 12:01 a.m. Central Standard Time, though this is configurable. Instead of waiting, we'll trigger this now and see the results. First, Financial Results, where the file is now gone. If we go check the CECS trash, we'll see the item is there. Remember, we could restore this item from the trash if we were so inclined. For project status, the file has been reserved, which is indicated by this lock icon. Trying to make a change to this item results in being warned of the reservation, and should we choose to clear it, the person who set the reservation will get an email alert. Finally, meeting minutes, where the category had an action of archive. Indeed, the file is gone, no longer in circulation. And if we switch to the account designated for sequestering, we can see the file has been safely tucked away. Teams Retention Service lives to make your repository more secure, more compliant, and more relevant. Paired up with Oracle's Content and Experience Cloud service and their other powerful offerings, you'll achieve an unparalleled level of control over your content and processes. For more information, brochures, pricing, or a more personalized demonstration, please call, email, or visit our site today. Thank you.